This isn't much faster, but it does ramp up. All right. Close the door. Get started. Okay. So we're going to get started. Sorry to wake you from your nap. We're going to sit on the edge of our blanket or with blocks underneath us, letting ourselves time to have our hips open up. So sit on that edge of that blanket, find your sit bones, grow tall, let yourself be lifted towards the sky. And with the exhale, let your shoulders drop, your knees drop. And if you need blocks, please use them under your knees. Bring them in so that they meet your knees. Don't restrict your movement. So here, it's a special day. The snow is falling gracefully from the sky and disrupting everything. And it's a time of transition. So now we're going to transition into ourselves and we're going to close our eyes and begin to breathe. Opening palms up on the and placing hands on back of your knees to be open to receive all the goodness around you. This is a time of transition. So we're going to focus on that today, focus on transitions and how the core works for you during transitions. And we're going to turn up the heat, our little internal fireplace, and make the world cozy for us as the world becomes icy around us. So begin by breathing and noticing the breath as it circulates through you. On inspire et on invite tout le bonheur, la paix, la joie dans notre corps. And with the exhale, we make room, just like we switched out all of our summer things from our closets. We're making room for all the winter things. Do the same within you. Inhale, bring in all the positivity, the peace, the healing, the warmth. And on the exhale, release anything that no longer serves you. Notice the breath's passage, the temperature as it enters, then again as it exits your body. Let the breath lift you and expand you from within. And on the exhale, feel a renewing sensation, a sensation of making room. Feel the revitalizing nature of the breath, like the newness of the snow, the fresh blanket on the ground it's leaving behind. Imagine that freshness within you. Imagine those snowflakes falling around you, glistening. It's the season's bling with every single little reflection and sparkle. Let it fill you with peace. And slowly we bring hands together in prayer, connecting with ourselves, and take a moment of gratitude for being here, for taking time to work on yourself today. Send love out to someone or something that is deserving or needing this attention. Exhaling fully, we inhale to Om. Transitioning again by slowly opening your eyelids and letting the light creep in to your vision. And we begin. Hands on your knees. Hey, Nancy, come in. Inhale, your hands up. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 last time. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to twist. Inhale. Stretch up. And on the exhale, bring the hand on your knee. Lift your spine to the sky and look over your shoulder. Shoulders away from your ears. Breathing in all those tight corners within. Let the breath expand you. Fill yourself with all the goodness around. Inhaling, hands up, and coming to the other side. Pressing hand on knee. On inhale and look over your shoulder. Shoulders away from your ears. With all the cold around us now, those shoulders tend to hike up. We have to make concentrated effort to keep our neck long. Keep those shoulders down. Otherwise, we transfer tensions to parts of the body that don't need to be working. We give ourselves cramps without noticing. We're working harder than we should. On the inhale, we bring the hands up and bring them to our knees. Pressing hands against knees. Inhale, lift your heart up into cow. Shine your light here. Smile. Welcome the stretch. Exhale, round it out to the back into cat. Make space between those shoulder blades, between each vertebra of your neck and your spine. Inhale, moving into cow, shoulders away from the ears. And exhale back. Inhaling up, tilt your pelvis forward. Exhale back. Inhaling back up to center and bringing your chin to your chest, releasing the shoulders down. Inhaling the neck up and then bringing your right ear to your shoulder, stretching out the side of your neck. On the next exhale, release the hand out towards the floor to increase that stretch. Taking the right hand and bringing it towards your chest, press against it. Try to get contact with your skin and pull it down. With each exhale, release some more. On the inhale, we come back up to center, release the hand. Inhale, get long, left ear to left shoulder. On the next exhale, release the hand out. Release the shoulder down, make space. Bringing the hand on your chest like we did for the other side, getting contact, and then pulling down with each exhale. On the inhale, we release the hands and bring the head up to center. We're going to come onto our knees. I'm bringing a blanket. I still have a tender knee. You do you. You don't need a blanket if you don't usually use one. We're aligning our hands under our shoulders and our knees under our hips. Hands are nice and have good contact into the ground, and the fingers are spread like stars. Find the end of your exhale where the navel comes close to the spine, and keep the activation in your belly and continue breathing through your nose. Keeping your head in line with your spine, imagine a stick on your back. I'm going to be coming back to this often today, keeping everything in line. So we're pressing into the hands and we're trying to make space between the shoulder blades. So we're pressing the top of our back to the ceiling, pressing feet into the ground as well as our shin bones, our tibias, and notice the activation required in the body right now, just like this, simple movements. We're turning up the heat now, inhaling the right leg up and back, pressing the ball of the foot backwards. Try not to shift your weight. Use your core. Keep your spine nice and straight. Imagine that stick. You're looking between your hands. On the exhale, we'll cross the foot over, gripping the floor with our toes and sending the heel back. Should feel a nice release in your low back here. And on the exhale, maybe you can look towards the toes, increasing that stretch. On the inhale, we bring the foot back up to center, and we're going to stay there. Inhale the left hand up and away. We're stretching in opposite directions, getting long, using our core to stabilize. We're turning up the heat again. Tapas. It's the Sanskrit word for fire, and this is our fire within. This is what warms you. Exhaling everything down, and gain your stability here, pressing hands down, restabilize. Find the end of your exhale. Then on the inhale, lift your left foot up and back, level with the hips. Breathe here and get your stability. And then on the exhale, bring the foot over, gripping the floor, sending the hip on the left side so it's parallel with the right side. Breathing here. And on the exhale, looking towards the foot. On the inhale, we lift the foot up, come back to center. And on the inhale, we lift the right arm to meet up in the air. We're stretching from one side of the room to the other side of the room and using our core, that fire. Exhaling everything down. Tuck the toes under. And on the inhale, we're going to lift the knees ever so slightly, just 2 inches, pressing into the hands and making space between the shoulder blades. Keep that belly tucked in. If I were to go around and poke you, you wouldn't let me, right? Good. And on the inhale, lift up even more, come into down dog. Allowing the heels to soften towards the ground. Pressing the floor away like you're pushing a car out of a snowbank. Stuck in your belly, wrapping shoulders towards the front. So you're making room in the back and bringing your armpits in towards the front. Making space in the back for the breath. This is what stokes the fire within. You can pedal feet here. Take note of where the tensions are today. We are making attempts to get to know ourselves better. Every time we do this exploratory work. On the inhale, we lift the hips even more, come up on tiptoes and send the shoulders back. Nice straight line from the hands to the hips. And on the exhale, release the heels down and lift the toes up for a nice stretch behind the legs. Breathe here. And on the inhale, we're going to look forwards and walk the feet all the way up to the hands. Bringing toes together, heels slightly apart. Let's bend from the hips. Suck in the belly. You have nice straight arms here. Exhale all the way down. Try to bring your tummy on top of your thighs. You can bend knees here, but straighten them as much as you can. Try to shift the weight into your toes. The body is hanging heavy. Grabbing onto opposite elbows, let those elbows get heavy. Let them get pulled towards the ground. Feel the length that you're creating here by letting the body hang. The length is happening between the ribs and the hips. And slowly the pelvis is tilting forward as we're letting the body gravitate towards the ground. Head is loose, shake it out, no tension, no force. Exhaling, hands to the ground. Notice how much closer you are. Bending knees and unroll here into ragdoll. So we're hanging, allowing space between each vertebra as we come up to standing. All right, shoulders come back and head comes up. Wow. How is everyone? Welcome. Hands come up, inhale, suck in the belly. Exhale, come down. Bring hands to the floor. We're going to do half sun A here. Inhale, lengthen the back, really reach your chest forward. Make sure that pelvis is tilting forward and your tailbone is going up. Exhale towards the legs. Inhale, pressing into feet, come all the way up. Big breath. Exhale, hands to heart. Sun A, we're going to warm up and slow things down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, all the way down. On inspire, on pousse dans le sol, on allonge la colonne. À l'expire, on s'en vient en planche. So feet are hip width apart. We're pressing into hands. We're protracting the arms. That means making space between the shoulder blades. And we're holding this plank to build that fire. And on the exhale now, we bend the elbows, keep them close to your body. Come down to chaturanga. Holding it here. Few breaths. You've got this. Nice, Agatha. Inhale. All the way up to up dog or cobra. You're getting better. Let the hips sink down here. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale. Downwards facing dog. 5 breaths here. Taking your time, coming back to your breath. One more breath. On the inhale, we look to the top and move forward. Exhale. Pull towards your legs. Inhale, pressing into rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more. Inspirez. Expirez. Rentre le ventre, on s'en vient en bas. On place les mains contre le sol. On étire la colonne avec l'inspiration. À l'expire, on s'en vient en planche. On tient notre planche. Think of that stick. If I were to go around and touch you guys have nice planks at home. Good job. But if I was to go around here and push you, you're not going to let me go up here. Yeah. Good job. Now on the exhale, we're going to bend the elbows back and come into chaturanga. You can always put your knees down if you need to. We're going to hold this. You're doing well. Elbows in, Agatha. Gives you strength. And all the way down. Inhale, cobra or upwards facing dog. Exhale, downwards facing dog. 5 breaths here. Tuck in your belly. Let me see your down dogs. Externally rotating those shoulders at home. Imagine me taking your shoulders and rolling them out. So we have, good job. Holding this one more breath. I just want you to feel it. Making space here. On the inhale, we look up towards the hands and we walk or hop to the top of our mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. One last one. Inhale. Tuck in your belly. Exhale, come into the space you created. Inhale, lift your heart away from your tailbone, stretching it out. Exhale, walk it back. Plank. Press those arms into the floor. You're growing your arms here. Y'all look really strong. 2 more breaths here. And on the exhale, we bend the elbows in towards, right behind the shoulders. Try to keep it close to your body. And you guys are all getting strong. Inhale, upwards facing dog. Rock it forwards. See, when I'm doing that, I use my toes and then I send myself forward. Exhale, downwards facing dog. 5 breaths here. It's funny how I said that and everybody just nodded. Yeah, okay, sure. Noted. Inhale, looking up to the hands, walk or hop forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Sun B, our favorites, bend your knees. Inhale. Lift up your heart. Arms are straight. Hands are together or apart, but rotate those shoulders so that your armpits are facing one another. Nice long neck. No compression in the back of the neck. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, walk it back. Plank. We're going to slow this down again. Using your core here. Exhale, bend your elbows back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upwards facing dog or cobra. Nice. Shoulders away from the ears. Yes. Inhale. Exhale, downwards facing dog. 5 breaths. One more breath. Oh, sorry. We're going to turn the left foot 45 degrees, step the right foot forward. I know you're laughing at me at home. Inhale, lift up into warrior one. This is Sun B, right, Catherine? Wake up, right? Exhale, come down into plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upwards facing dog. Exhale, downwards facing dog. Turning the right, stepping the left into warrior one on the left side. Coming up to warrior. Exhale all the way down. Feet together, back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upwards facing dog. Exhale, downwards facing dog. Now this one we hold 5 breaths, not the other one. It's okay. Jenny was liking the break, just so you know, at home. 2 more breaths, and then we move up. On the inhale, suck it in, lift yourself towards the front of your mat. Exhale, towards your knees, bending the knees, coming back into chair. The Sun B bookends. Exhale, Samasthiti. So here, we're going to begin with warriors. Inhale, open up to the right. We're coming into warrior stance. So your heels are aligned on the same line. Your hips are open to the side of your mat. Shoulders down, shoulders on top of the hips. We're looking towards the right hand. Sink it down a little bit more. So you want your foot right underneath your knee. So you have to widen your stance, Agatha. Yeah. So I have half of you forward, half of you back, because I'm going to go to the back of the room and set this straight. So Tamara and Agatha, you're going this way. It's okay. You want to see me. That's all right. I understand. So the best place for beginners is actually on the other side of the room, so you have the example of somebody else in front of you. So here we're going to turn this into Parshva, bringing the elbow onto the knee. I'm going to go show people at home just to make sure they're doing the right thing. Yes, you're doing the right thing. Good job. And then on the inhale, we're going to on the inhale, we're going to inhale. Then on the exhale, find the end of your exhale where the belly goes into the spine. Then on the inhale, lift the bottom arm up as if we're holding a block. You feel everything working now. I'm getting groans. Exhaling the elbow back to the knee, just in time. Inhale back up to warrior two. And we're going to come into reverse warrior. So we're going to speed that up now. Inhale back into warrior two. Come into Parshva. This way, throw the ball. Inhale, exhale, lift the arm up. Going back into this. Exhale, the elbow down. Inhale, come up to warrior two. Reverse warrior. So what are we doing by doing all this? We're working the obliques. Now let's flow. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale to Parshva. Inhale, lift the arm. Exhale, Parshva. Inhale, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Inhale, back up to warrior two. And let's take a pause. Ooh, that works, right? Hands on your hips, your feet are parallel. Maybe a little bit pigeon-toed, actually. Your heels are gonna go out a bit. Inhale, lift your spine. Exhale, come down to the ground, hands on the ground. Inhale, straighten your arms and really stretch your spine forward. On the exhale, we bend the elbows and walk the hands back. As far as you can go. pretending like you have a block between your elbows, trying to keep it square. So you grow long here. With each exhale, the spine lengthens towards the ground. You look good at home. Keep it up. Exhale. Try to go a little bit deeper. Sending your hips up, trying to align them with your heels. So notice your core start to work here as you tip the weight into your toes. Release the head. On the inhale, we lengthen the arms and set exhale here. Inhale the hands towards the waist and come all the way up on the inhale. Good. How was that? All right, we're gonna do a little bit of Skandasana and do the warrior sequence on the other side. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, come down to Prasarita again. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Now we're gonna bend the right knee. We're going towards the back of the room here, that way. Yeah, that way. Heel down, toe up. My heel isn't down, and that's okay. We're stretching the side of the leg here. Really bringing that down. So if you need blocks for this, Agatha, you always feel free, right? We're letting things just open up. Inhale through Prasarita. Come over to the other side. So we're rooting the heel, sending the toes up. The bum comes down and the chest goes up. Smile. Let this stretch out. On the inhale, we come through Prasarita and try not to use your hands here. We're increasing the difficulty. The micro movements you're making to keep yourself stable are core work. This is transitions. Transitions, to be graceful in the primary series, you need the core work to transition to all the steps. Inhale, come up to Prasarita, keep your hands at heart center, and come over. You can always put your hands down if you need to, or like Agatha, keep it a little bit more elevated. That's okay. Trying to press your elbow into your knee, really try to get your bum down, heart up. Good job. Inhale, all the way up, come down to the other side. Notice how your foot's becoming more flexible as you go along. Notice how your body is more receptive to it as it gets warmer. Inhale up through Prasarita, come over to the other side. Inhale up through Prasarita, bring your hands down to the ground. Exhale. Okay, we're gonna do a quick twist here. Bring your right hand over to your left foot. Actually, both to your left foot. Maybe bring your left hand to your waist. And you're gonna use the contact with your hand and your foot and inhale, twist open towards the side of the room. Breathe here. On the exhale, we bring both hands to the ground and we walk them over to the other side. Bringing the right hand at the waist this time. Inhale, lift your heart. Stretch your heart open to the side. Exhale, both hands down to the ground. Bring hands to your waist. Inhale all the way back up. Now, turn this foot to the front of you're facing me now. Good. Back foot's at 45 degrees. Find your 90 degree with your knee one day. You want the foot to be underneath your knee though, okay? Hips are open to the side. So how do you check this? Bring your hands on your hips. Are you open to the side? Okay, once you're square and you know that you're in the right position and your shoulders are above your hips, you bring your hands out, shoulders down. Stretch from hand to hand away from your heart. Look over to your left hand. Breathe here. You're getting stronger. Bring the elbow to the knee. You're throwing a ball, Parshva Konasana. Nice straight line. You guys are looking great at home. Inhale, back up to this one. Yes, we're holding a block, an imaginary block. When you're breathing through this through your nose, you're calming your breath. Elbow back to your knee, just in time. You're gonna kill me, right? Inhale, come back up to warrior two. Reverse, throw the ball backwards now. Breathe. Inhale, back up to warrior two. Parshvakonasana. Imaginary block on the inhale. Exhale, Parshvakonasana. Inhale, warrior two. Reverse warrior, throw the ball back. Inhale, warrior two. Parshvakonasana, elbow on knee, throw the ball. Inhale, the block. Exhale, knee on, elbow on knee. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, throw the ball back. Inhale, warrior two. Last set. Exhale. You've got this. Inhale, lock. Exhale, warrior Parshvakonasana. Inhale, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Warrior two, and step it up. Woo! How are you feeling? Burn. How's the core? We've got this. So those are the same muscles that are working when we're doing this. So we're gonna do this and just keep the fire going, right? We want that flame nice and bright. Inhale, hands up. Shoulders down. We're squeezing the arms, rotating those arms, making that space. Imagine me moving your arms towards, making your armpits come towards the center. That's what I mean. So it's as if you're, exactly, pinkies together. That's another way of saying it. So here, we're gonna bring hands together. Release the index. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, come towards the right side. So those are the same muscles here that we're stretching out, that we're working. And it's your core working the same way. Slowing your breath, breathing through your nose. Inhaling up to center. Exhaling, hands to heart. Oh, thank goodness. Exhale, hands to heart. Coming back into that same position, adjust your shoulders. Inhale, find length here. Come over to the side. Pressing your right foot into the ground, your ribs up to the sky. Slowing your breath. Looking up to the sky if you want. You can also look down, whichever is more accessible for your neck today. On the inhale, we come back up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good job, everybody. Lots of work. So we're going to come down to the ground now. Coming back to Samasthiti, we're going to vinyasa to the ground. So that's one breath with each movement, not 5 on the down dog. Inhale, hands up. Tuck in the belly. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift your heart away from your spine. Exhale, walk it back, chaturanga, bending the elbows right away. Inhale, upwards facing dog. Exhale, downwards facing dog. And we're gonna jump to seated. So you might want to look forwards here. You can cross, shift the weight over your hands, and then let your bottom come down. So we've done a lot of core work. Bringing hands on the side into Dandasana. Who knew that so much muscle went into just sitting straight, right? We press the feet away from the spine. Find your sit bones. Grow tall. You're anchoring those sit bones and growing away from the floor. Hands come down to the ground. To do that, we need to release the shoulders down. So sometimes it's not just releasing, it's pressing them down. Find the end of your exhale here. Again, like before, navel to the spine. Keep that activation. Inhale, grow a little bit taller, find the front of your sit bones and stretch forward to where you can. You might be able to reach your toes, you might not. It's okay. Not a competition. On the exhale, release those elbows and just relax into it. Keeping your head in line with your spine, imagine that stick. And breathing. Release whatever is not working. Find space between your shoulder blades to let that breath fill you up. On the inhale, we lift back up and exhale. Hands release. Bringing the hands backwards here. Hands towards the hips. Elbows bend backwards. Find your sit bones. Inhale, press your sit bones into the ground, lift your chest up. Feeling a nice stretch in your chest and in your bicep. Let it open. On the inhale, we release. And we're going to our feet together into Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. Bringing the blocks in if your knees are floating. But only you should bring blocks. Agatha too. Tamara, I think you need a block too. Yeah. So what does it do? Sometimes we need them, sometimes we don't. I've seen you not use them before, but sometimes we're tighter, right? Every day we're different. So it's not a competition thing, even within our own practice. And I know it's frustrating. That curve, that chart, if you analyze charts, the line will go like this, but you're going to see your practice is going to go like this, right? But it goes up anyways. It's okay to have your knees up one day and not the other day. It's all right. We're bringing the feet, opening them up like a book, finding your sit bones again, growing tall from them. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, come forward. Straight spine like the laptop. We're closing and hinging from the hips. And if your elbows connect with your thighs, send the knees down. Breathe here. With each inhale, we send the heart forward. With each exhale, we try to come closer to the feet. So every position that we do in Ashtanga, we move further in. And sometimes it's not noticeable, but you feel it. On the inhale, we come back up. And we're going to play with our feet now. Bringing your feet here together, grabbing your toes. Have we done this one together? We're going to find a position where there's push and pull. So you're pushing your toes into your fingers and bringing your shoulders down, chest up. So there's tension in all of this that's happening. And that's what's going to keep you stable. Rock it back, lift your feet up, find your balance. This activation between your feet and your hand is what's going to keep you stable. So look at something in front of you and up that's not moving. That's your drishti, your focus. So here we're going to start to open things up. Show me the soles of your feet. You're still having that push and pull between your fingers and your toes. You guys look good at home. Try to extend. Point your feet maybe. Breathe through your nose. Relax your shoulders down and heart up. Shoulders down and back. Exhale. Come down to Baddha Konasana. Very good. So you're using your core here. That bandha, the activation loop that we're using, is used in many positions. It's called Pada Bandha. There's many kinds of bandha, and that connection means core work. And when you have the core work going. Inhaling. Gonna reset. We're gonna do this again. Hip it back. When you're ready and you've got that connection, start to grow. Very good at home. Very stable. 5 breaths here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. Good job. We're going to come down onto our backs now. We're going to play with our Pada Bandha some more. We've been doing this in standing, and I haven't had the chance to work on this with you. There's more core work to do here. On the inhale, we're going to start by, can everybody reach their foot? You can. All right. I know at home you guys are good too. Okay, so we have our toe. We're going to have that Pada Bandha again. We're pushing our toe away from us into our fingers, and we're pulling the shoulder back. So here, on the inhale, we're going to put our left hand onto our thigh and inhale, lift your head up to meet your knee. This is a position in Ashtanga, and all the core is working here. The flexibility is working here. Breathe here, 5 breaths. On the exhale, we come down, keep your hands there. On the inhale, we open up towards the side. And here, that Pada Bandha is important again, bringing the shoulder in towards the center line of the body and pressing the toes into the fingers. And maybe you can look opposite to the left side. On the inhale, we come back up to center. We're going to come up for 1 breath. Inhale, come up towards the knee. Exhale, everything down to the ground. You did it. You survived on one side. You've got another side now. Inhale, bring the foot up into the hand. Press into, get that Pada Bandha going. Press the hand on the thigh, on the right side. Inhale, lift up to meet your knee. So this is a crunch, really good crunch for your belly. 3 more breaths. The foot that's down on the floor is active. 1 more breath. On the exhale, we come down, the head comes down to the ground, and we open up the leg to the side. Pressing your toes into your fingers. Find your range of flexibility. And on the exhale, maybe you can look towards the right side. You guys look good. And it's okay if knees are bent at the beginning, that's for sure. Inhaling back up to center. Inhale, meet your knee. And exhale, everything down. You did it. Inhaling both knees into your chest. Making circles. Give yourself a massage, you've earned it. Changing the direction. Inhaling both feet up into the air. Now we're going to do happy baby. On the exhale, we're going to bring the knees towards the ground. This is the hip opener. Try to get all of your spine to the ground. Relax into it. And happy babies don't just stay there, they roll around a little bit. So you can rock back and forth if you feel like it. Inhale and bring both knees together, extend them out. We're going to bring our blocks in here. We're going to do what do you call it? A bridge. So we're going to bring both one block between the feet, and we're going to bring our heels so that they're nice and close to our hands. We should be able to touch them. The other block is going to come between our knees, the opposite direction, so it's smaller, slide number 2 type of thing. We're going to do a few bridges. We're going to end off with that. Bring your elbows into the ground. Find the end of your exhale, where the belly firms up. Inhale, and on the exhale, send the hips up. And maybe you can roll your shoulders in to get more stretch happening into your chest. Maybe you can bring your hands underneath your back to clasp hands and send your hands towards the ground to get more lift. Move the insides of your thighs towards the sky. Breathing through the nose. Exhale all the way down, one vertebra at a time. I'm going to do this 2 more times. Pressing elbows into the ground. Inhale. On the exhale, press into feet, lift your hips up. Two more breaths. And on the exhale, we bring it down. One last one, you've got this. Sway back and forth for now. Press your elbows in, prepare. On the exhale, bring your hips up. So back bends are a lot of leg work, a lot of core work. 2 more breaths. You've got this. Exhale all the way down. We're going to do a nice restorative bridge now, bringing the block here on our sacrum, the bony plate right below, right above your tailbone. Putting it on the flattest side. Keep your feet on the ground, knees up, and we're going to sway back and forth here gently. Windshield wipers, release the low back. And slowly extend the legs one at a time. See if it feels right for you. We're looking for a sensation of opening here at the hips. If it's in your practice and you want to lift the block up one level, you feel free to do so. Keeping it on your sacrum. You don't want your tailbone on it, you want your sacrum, the big bony plate. Extending one leg out at a time to test the waters. Make sure it feels safe and solid. You can bring your hands to your hips and offer yourself a nice massage. Thank you, hip flexors, for having worked for me. I'm going to take 3 big breaths through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One last one. Release your feet out to the side. Don't hold anything. Let yourself relax into this posture. Slowly bending knees back, bringing feet to the floor. We're going to inhale, release the hips up to the sky and remove the block, setting yourself down to the ground for Shavasana. Releasing hands on both sides of your body, opening up like a T maybe. If you want your socks and your sweaters, feel free. Here during Shavasana is the time where we integrate our practice. All that energy we made during class is coursing through you and might feel like static above your body. Like restlessness. With each exhale, release the tensions you produced into the ground, sending currents of energy down. Imagine yourself in a coziest snowsuit, lying in fresh fallen snow, making that perfect imprint into the ground, into the snow, having it hug you in all sides, feeling its perfect support. Releasing all muscles of your face, your brow, parting your teeth, softening your tongue in the back of your mouth like a pillow. Releasing tensions from your neck, your shoulders, your arms and hands. Releasing all the muscles of your core, your sides, and your back. Releasing muscles of your pelvis, your hips, and your buttocks. Releasing your thighs, your calves, and your feet. Taking a moment of gratitude for having shown up for yourself. Taking time from the comforts of your home or in studio on this beautiful first snow. Imagine every snowflake out there holds possibility, and let that sink into you. Imagine them falling over your face and your body, refreshing you, healing you. There's magic all around us. You just have to believe. Take the time today to slow down, observe the beauty that surrounds us. Observe this fresh white blanket and let it cocoon the ground as you cocoon yourself on your sofa maybe today with a warm tea. And take care of you as the world slumbers a little bit more. Slowly awakening the body, moving fingers and toes, rotating ankles and wrists, lifting arms up above overhead and stretching like the first stretch of the day. Bringing knees in towards the chest and give yourself a big hug. You worked hard today, you deserve it. And letting knees fall over to the right side for the last few breaths of Shavasana. Keeping eyes closed, and with the strength of your arm, come back up to a seated position. Bringing your hands to your heart We end with a few breaths. Each breath filling your heart with a little bit more love. Send that love out. Think of that person or thing you sent love to and send it off that way again. We end with an Om, exhaling fully, then inhaling to Om. Om.